What's going on, folks? I wanted to make this video real quick to show you basically the most common things that go wrong with your vehicle, the reason why your vehicle won't start, whether it be like if you came out in the morning time or say you was to go to the store or something like that, you came out and your vehicle wouldn't start back up. These are the most common reasons why. This right here is your starter. A lot of time when this goes out, when you come to your vehicle, a lot of time what'll happen is you'll put your key in to turn it and you won't hear nothing at all. And you know, you could turn it off, turn it back on, you won't hear no noise at all. But if you would like to let your windows down or hit your horn or something like that, you'll have plenty of power coming from your battery. So a lot of time when you have that issue where you hear nothing at all when you turn the key, but you got power going to your windows, your lights look nice and bright, normally the problem is this right here, which is your starter, which is saying that your starter pretty much is probably what's bad, and you'll probably need to replace your starter or at least take it to get it checked out to make sure, because sometimes the solenoid on here can go bad also. And on some vehicles you're able to change out this solenoid right here without replacing the whole starter, but most of the time you'll wind up replacing this whole piece right here to get your vehicle back running again. And then also, if you come out and say your vehicle won't start at all and you turn on your headlights are dim, as well as if you try to let your windows up or down, it barely moving, it can be your battery right here, which is your problem. A lot of times you can have like dead cells inside of your battery that sometimes it'll fire up when you're trying to start, and other times it won't start at all. So if that's the case right here, you'll probably need to get you another battery. But also what you would want to do is check your terminals, around your terminals, which is these right here, to make sure that you don't have any like corrosion or something like that built up around your battery terminals, because if you do, a lot of times that'll stop your battery from basically working correctly. And also another way to tell exactly if it's your battery is if when you try to start your vehicle, it's like a slow start, like a chit 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 chit. That tells you right there that your starter's working, because that noise you're hearing trying to start is your starter working, but your battery doesn't have enough power to power your starter enough to turn the flywheel to get your vehicle started. So these are the two things that can cause your vehicle not to start. And then the third thing could be is your alternator. That's what this is right here. Now in the beginning, when you start your vehicle up, your alternator really has nothing to do with your vehicle starting. Your alternator kicks in once your vehicle has been started, and it pretty much provides the power to your vehicle and also recharges back up your battery. But sometimes if your alternator is going bad, what'll happen is your vehicle may stay on for a little while you're driving it, but you will notice like your lights are flickering, and if you turn on like your AC or your heat or something like that, it sounds really low. And your radio sometimes will be like going in and out with the dimness and the brightness of the actual light itself. And what that can mean is that your alternator is going bad, but sometimes your vehicle may stay on for a little while because it's kind of pulling off of your battery now. But once you turn your vehicle off, a lot of time it won't start back up now because your battery has been completely drained by your alternator. So in those cases like that, before you would go thinking that, okay, it has to be my battery because it won't start up, you may also want to get your alternator checked just to make sure that you don't have a bad alternator that's going out, so in turn it's draining your battery. Because if you went and bought you a new battery and put it in your vehicle, if the alternator is going bad, it's just going to drain your new battery also. So like I said, if you notice a problem when your vehicle's on, like the lights are flickering or your radio's going in and out, your AC heat is not blowing as hard on your blower, definitely I would want to get your alternator checked. And a lot of time you can take it to, like, I know definitely AutoZone, possibly even O'Reilly's, and have them tested for you to make sure that alternator is good. So this is your alternator, which I said is another big issue, the reason why your vehicle may not start. But it's not that it's stopping your vehicle from starting, it's that since it's going bad, it's killing your battery, so now your battery won't start your vehicle. So like I said, so if you, going back to the battery part, so if say you could come out and your vehicle won't start, the engine is like like it's barely starting, or you're hearing your power is super low, pretty much on like your windows, you hit your horn, it's really low, so you pretty much rule out this your starter that's the problem and it's your battery. So say you get a jump from somebody, your vehicle starts up, but now your vehicle starts up, and like I said, you notice that the power on your dashboard and all that's pretty low, and that's probably telling you that this alternator is going to be bad, and before you know it, your vehicle is probably going to cut back off again because the jump that was given to that battery is not going to be able to run your vehicle for that long at all. So that can kind of tell you is an issue either between this, and most likely it's going to be your alternator. It's once your vehicle's running, your power and all that still seems low. Now the next thing that's very common is your fuel pump right here to go out. A lot of time when your fuel pump goes out, what you will notice is that pretty much you'll come out, you'll try to start your vehicle, and you'll hear your vehicle like that. So it tells you your starter is working. That's what the noise is, that your starter working. Your battery is good because it's trying to start your starter, but for some reason the vehicle just won't turn over. And a lot of times in those cases, it's because this right here is bad, which is your actual fuel pump itself that actually pumps the gas to the engine to allow your vehicle to start. And a lot of times what you can do to kind of get an idea if that's bad or not is have somebody go into the vehicle and turn the key to the on position, not trying to start it, but to the on position, and you can go back to your gas cap, basically back to where you put your gas in at, take your gas cap off and listen inside of your gas tank through the opening. Because if your fuel pump is working correctly, when the vehicle is turned to the on position, you're normally going to hear the fuel pump kind of kick in. You'll hear like a sound that tells you that your fuel pump is actually working. A matter of fact, what I do a lot of times is when I have a different vehicle, before I ever have a problem with my fuel pump, I'll listen to how it sounds when it's working fine. Like say right now your car is fine. So you can go out there, have somebody go to the gas tank, have somebody turn the key to the on position and while you're listening, and you should hear your fuel pump come on. That way in the future, say the vehicle won't start and you want to make sure it's not your fuel pump, or if it is your fuel pump, then you can go out there then and listen to it. And if you don't hear that sound that you know you heard before, that's telling you that your fuel pump is basically bad. And your fuel pump is normally located inside of your gas tank. So on some vehicles, a lot of times it could be kind of difficult to change them out because you have to drop the whole gas tank to actually change out your fuel pump. But on other ones, you may have an access panel that's actually in the trunk of your vehicle that will allow you to get access to this and change this out. And this right here is called your floater, and this is what basically controls like your gas level. Like say for example, if it's on full or empty, and sometimes you can have an issue to where your gas hand is not working correctly. That's because this piece right here is either stuck. Sometimes they can get stuck where they're not floating right based on the amount of gas that's inside of your vehicle pretty much. So once again, these is like some of your most common reasons why your vehicle won't start. Either like in the morning time when you come out and you don't hear anything, could be a dead battery, could be your starter pretty much. And like I said, if you're looking at your headlights and hit your horn and try your windows and those things aren't working correctly, are working really weakly, then most likely your battery is bad. But the battery could be bad from a bad alternator. So the first thing I would do is get a jump and see if that charges your battery back up. And like I said, after getting that jump and once your vehicle is running, then if your power still seems bad in that vehicle, your lights and stuff are dim, your radio lights are dim, then most likely it's telling you that you have an issue with your alternator, and you could take and get that checked out just to rule that out or to see if that is your issue. Alright folks, once again, this is the most common issues that you may have with your vehicle when it won't start. Everything from your fuel pump, your battery, your alternator, as well as your starter right here are the most common repairs that you have to make, the most common replacement parts you have to put onto a vehicle. Now of course there's other stuff that could be wrong sometimes why it won't start, like bad sensors and all that, but these are your most common things that go wrong. Alright folks, please check out the other helpful videos. Please like, subscribe, and share. Thanks.